Yet, Sajak's last episode on Wheel of Fortune aired tonight, and it wasn't without one last gag from the host. Pat, 77, chopped a round off of his last ever show on June 7, 2024, but didn't let the stunt players stay empty-handed. After 43 years, 8,000 episodes, and more dumb answers than anyone could count, Pat racked on Wheel of Fortune. He donned a double-breasted suit for his final show while Vanna donned a glittering red dress. He held court with 3 contestants, Tammy, Nino, and Adrienne. Following the toss-up round, Pat said that most people know that Friday evening was his last episode. He explained that he needed to save time to share a few words at the end of the episode. "We're going to cut out a round, which kind of robbed you people," Pat admitted to the 3 confused contestants. "Here's what I've decided. It's been a long time since I've spun the wheel. I'm going to spin it, and I'm going to add $1,000 to whatever I land on, and everyone's going to get that amount." Pat jaunted over to the wheel and spun it himself and landed on $1,000, making it $2,000. He decided to bump that up to a free $5,000 for each player. "It's not my money," he exclaimed as the contestants burst out laughing. "Little Jimmy's surgery can wait," the host quipped. "He are for it." Fans loved the off-the-cuff moment to end Pat's tenure on social media. One ex-user wrote, "Pat Sajak has gone fully rogue for his last night as the host of Wheel of Fortune. Pat just said I'm retiring and it ain't my money. I'm here for it. He fully just said, get somebody else to do it," wrote another. Moving MESAG. Antics aside, Pat closed his time on Wheel with an incredible personal message to TV viewers. "Well, the time has come to say goodbye," he said to end the season and his 4 decades. "I have a few thanks and acknowledgements before I go, and I want to start with all watching out there." Pat began his lengthy, gracious speech. "It's been an incredible privilege to be invited into millions of homes night after night, year after year, decade after decade," he said. "What an honor to have played even a small part in all of that. Thank you for allowing me into your lives. Every time we take the show, I met 3 new people from all parts of this wonderful country and the world who were kind and considerate, who rooted for each other, who took great pride in talking about their family, their hometown, their friends, their schools, their jobs, even their pets. In the end, they were the real stars of this show," he continued. "I genuinely like these people, and I'll miss the chance to meet more of them." He said it was a joy to work with the staff. Everyone pulled together. It worked because you made it work. And finally, to my professional other half, dear Vanna. Like me, she takes the show very seriously, but not herself. I shudder to think what this show would have been like had they brought someone in all full of themselves playing the prima donna role. Vanna is as sweet and as unassuming as she seems. I want to thank her for her lovely goodbye on yesterday's show. While I very much miss working with her, I take solace in the fact that we live about 5 miles apart, so we'll see plenty of each other," he said. "But I will miss our nightly closes and her laughter and her good nature. She is a very special woman. I know you're all pleased to know she'll be back next season." Pat closed, promising you'll be seeing more of him on summer reruns. "That's it," he concluded. "Thank you all so very much, and goodbye." Vanna swept in for a hug as the audience roared, thus concluding Pat's last show. Plus, Pat's time ended with a win as Adrienne with $28,900 and aced the bonus puzzle, getting $50,000 more, before Pat's gorgeous tribute ended his tenure. During Pat's penultimate episode on Thursday, Vanna, 67, delivered an emotional message for Pat after 41 years together. Pat then told viewers that Vanna had something prepared, and there wasn't a dry eye in the house. The broadcast cut to Vanna saying goodbye as she cried in an incredible pre-taped video. "I can't believe tomorrow is our last show together," Vanna said, forcing a smile. "I don't know how to put into words what these last 41 years have meant to me, but I'm going to try. 8,000 episodes went by like that. You made me feel so comfortable, so confident," said Vanna, who has become a letter-turning legend. "You made me who I am, you really did. We've laughed, we've cried, we've celebrated. Oh gosh, what an incredible and unforgettable journey we've had." Vanna added, holding back tears, "And I've enjoyed every minute of it with you." She took a deep breath and continued as her eyes welled. "You're like a brother to me, and I consider you a true lifelong friend who I will always adore. I love you, Pat." Vanna will continue as co-host and letter turner on Wheel of Fortune in season 42 with new host Ryan Seacrest this fall. Wonderful ride. Pat has been a living room mainstay on Wheel of Fortune for 41 years, so fans were shocked and moved when he announced his upcoming retirement. Sajak revealed the news in a personal note on X, formerly Twitter, on June 12, 2023. Well, the time has come. I've decided that our 41st season, which begins in September, will be my last, he tweeted. It's been a wonderful ride, and I'll have more to say in the coming months. Many thanks to you all. If nothing else, it'll keep the clickbait sites busy, he added. Pat will stay on the show in a producer role to oversee the transition for the next 3 years. Pat was born on October 26, 1946, in Chicago, Illinois, and got his start as a disc jockey and played various stints at radio stations. He also landed a job serving in the U.S. Army as a DJ for the American Forces Vietnam Network during the war, entertaining soldiers out in Vietnam. Pat took over for original host Chuck Woolery in 1981 and has become to many the last long-standing game show host on TV. Sajak has received 19 Emmy nominations for Outstanding Game Show Host and has won in the category 3 times. Due to Sajak's successful career, he has been able to amass an extensive net worth. He has an estimated fortune of $70 million with an annual salary of $14 million, according to Celebrity Net Worth. Pat will retire with the longest career as host for the same show in history, surpassing previous record holder Bob Barker and Alex Trebek. It's also a pivotal moment for TV game shows in general. As the lights dimmed and the familiar theme music of Wheel of Fortune play for the last time, Pat Sajak stood at the center of the iconic game show set, his heart heavy yet filled with nostalgia. After decades of spinning the wheel and revealing letters, the legendary host was ready to say goodbye. The audience erupted in applause, but there was an unexpected twist waiting to unfold on this final episode. The show had always been a beacon of hope for contestants, offering dreams of fortune and the thrill of competition. However, as Sajak looked out into the crowd, he couldn't shake a lingering thought. Some contestants felt they had been robbed of their fair chances. As the game progressed, contestants Sarah and James faced off in the final puzzle. With just moments to go, Sarah confidently shouted out a guess. The audience held its breath. "Is it elegant WDDINGRS?" she exclaimed. The audience erupted in cheers, but the buzzer echoed across the studio, marking her guess as incorrect. It was an intense moment, filled with excitement and tension. "Sorry, that's not correct," Sajak said, his expression somber. The tension hung in the air as James took his turn. He guessed Stuling. The crowd buzzed with anticipation as the correct answer revealed itself on the screen, and the applause for James began to drown out Sarah's disappointment. Sajak, noticing Sarah's crestfallen expression, felt an ache in his heart. He had seen countless contestants come and go, but the looks of dejection were always hard to bear. "You know, I feel like some of you have been robbed of your chances," he admitted, addressing the audience and the contestants directly. "The pressure of the moment can be overwhelming, and I want you to know how much I respect the effort you put in every single time you come to this stage." As the final puzzle concluded and the credits began to roll, Sajak took a deep breath, determined to leave a lasting impression on his final show. He stepped into the spotlight, addressing the camera with sincerity. "It's been an incredible journey, but before we wrap things up, I want to make things right for Sarah." With a wave of his hand, he called Sarah back to the center of the stage. The audience erupted in cheers once again. "I have a surprise for you," Sajak said, a grin breaking across his face. "I may not be able to change the outcome of the game, but I can give you something special that no one can take away." The studio lights dimmed momentarily, and the familiar sound of the Wheel of Fortune wheel began to spin in the background. A large box, adorned with a vibrant bow, was rolled onto the stage. The audience gasped in excitement, speculating what could possibly be inside. "Sarah, I know you didn't walk away with the prize you hoped for, but you're about to receive something that might just make your day," Sajak continued as he opened the box to reveal a golden envelope. "What's inside?" Sarah asked, her curiosity piqued. Sajak smiled. "Inside this envelope is a trip for 2 to Hawaii, complete with a week's stay at a 5-star resort, a luxury spa package, and activities galore. It's my way of saying thank you for being part of this show and for being an incredible contestant." The audience erupted into applause, and Sarah's eyes widened in disbelief. "Oh my gosh, this is amazing!" she exclaimed, tears of joy streaming down her face. She couldn't believe what she was hearing. "Wheels may turn, but the real reward lies in the experiences we create," Sajak said, his voice filled with emotion. "You're all winners in my book. Remember, the wheel may stop spinning, but the memories you've made here will last a lifetime." Sajak took a moment to soak in the atmosphere, the laughter, the cheers, and the palpable love from the audience and his contestants. Each face in the crowd reflected the joy and camaraderie that Wheel of Fortune had cultivated over the years. It was not just a game, it was a community. As the applause continued, Sajak couldn't help but reflect on his own journey. From the early days of hosting to becoming a household name, the show had brought joy and excitement to millions of viewers. Yet it was moments like this, lifting up contestants and making dreams come true, that had always been the highlight of his career. "I may be stepping down as host, but I'll always cherish the friendships and memories we created together," he said, his voice quivering slightly. "And to everyone at home, thank you for inviting me into your living rooms all these years. You've made the show what it is today." As the credits rolled, Sajak took one last look at the wheel, his heart swelling with gratitude. The stage lights began to fade, but he knew that the legacy of Wheel of Fortune would continue. The stories of contestants, the challenges they faced, and the victories they celebrated would live on. And as for Sarah, she would leave the stage not just with a prize, but with an unforgettable experience. A reminder that sometimes, even when you feel robbed of what you deserve, unexpected joys can come in the most surprising ways. With that, Sajak waved goodbye, the final notes of the theme song playing softly in the background. The wheel would continue to turn, and new hosts would carry the torch, but the spirit of Pat Sajak, the laughter, the warmth, and the compassion for contestants, would forever be a part of the show's heart. As he stepped off the stage, Sajak couldn't help but smile, knowing he had left a lasting legacy that would resonate for years to come.